Welcome to the Bath Centre for Pain Services and to this video on refreshing your mindfulness practice. So this video is designed for people who've perhaps done a bit of mindfulness on a pain rehabilitation program, but who've struggled to keep it up afterwards. Maybe you lost momentum or you got put off somehow. We've put together some ideas here that might help you get it going again and get it going in a way that it's likely to keep going. Now, just to be clear, this video isn't about teaching you mindfulness from scratch, but hopefully it will help people who've already done a bit get restarted. So to get restarted, it's important to start at the beginning, and before we think about practical things, to remind ourselves about why we're doing this. Although mindfulness can seem like a good idea, it's nonetheless important for everybody to think through their personal reasons why you might want to do this. Maybe remind yourself if you did benefit from mindfulness a bit in the past, just refresh that in your memory. Or perhaps just have a way of talking it through with yourself such that you think that it's at least worth putting some effort in. The point isn't to try and intellectually convince yourself, but the point is to at least start with some kind of intent in mind. And maybe even if that intent is just to try it, give it a shot to see if you can learn something, well, that's a pretty good place to start. And if you've been on one of our pain rehab programs, this won't be the first time you thought about your values, about what matters, about what kind of directions you want to take in life and how you want to hold yourself going forwards. So maybe think about that now too. So if you had strong family values, for example, have a think. I mean, if my mindfulness practice could make me a bit more present and centered and able to listen to the people around me or react a little bit less, would that matter to me? Would that be important? Because mindfulness practice isn't all just about ourselves. Maybe connect to any other values exercises that you did on the program, like remembering your hero and your heroine, and then that'll help plug mindfulness into your sense of what you want to get out of your life. So when we think about restarting practice, we'll almost certainly have some thoughts and predictions about it. Our minds will get busy saying what it's going to be like. Maybe they'll say, it's going to be great and I'll be really relaxed and clear. Or maybe more likely that you'll remember times where it was sore and difficult, or where you were sleepy and it wasn't that easy. Now, it's impossible not to have any thoughts about this. You're going to have some predictions, and the mind's just trying to help out. But let's see if we can put those thoughts on one side for the second and see if you can approach the mindfulness as if you don't know what it's going to be like, as if you really are not sure there's something to learn here, and go at it as fresh as you possibly can. And that also means putting to one side any great plans you've got. So just in case your mind's working on like how you're going to do mindfulness for the next 3 months, I mean, that's great. But for now, and for the purposes of getting started, just see if we can approach it like a beginner, like there's something to be learned here. Now, when we're establishing a new habit, it can be quite helpful to carve out a bit of time and space for it. Just have clear in your head when you might do some mindfulness and where you might do it. Now, this isn't designed to make it inflexible. You don't want your mindfulness to be something you can only do in your special room with your special chair. That's not what we're going for here. But when you're starting something new, habits get started better if we give them a little bit of time and energy and respect. So think through a little bit about how you're going to make some time for this in your life. Now, with all that in mind, and thinking a little bit more clearly about your intent, I'll sign off for now, and there'll be another video coming on some practical aspects and some technical tips around getting restarted. So hopefully I'll see you for that one.